hmm there was this box. Yeah. hmm It was called the Ark of the Covenant. hmm And we've seen Indiana Jones. Yes. And these Nazis went looking for occult items and they wanted to get the Ark of the Covenant. Yeah. Because they wanted its power. Yeah. Now, these covenants are very serious legal obligations. Yeah. Now, this is a covenant not to execute, in which a party who has won a judgment agrees to not to enforce it. Yeah. This covenant is most common in insurance law. Now, let's say I got a judgment on the Catholic Church. Yes. And I say, well, I'll agree not to enforce the judgment if you do what I say. Now, for the Pope, he's going to have to seriously consider what I'm going to tell him. It's one of these odd ways, yes, of considering getting the judgment, ouch, and then I decide that I'm not going to enforce it because of what you're going to do when I tell you to do what I say. Now, the Catholic Church has a large number of items of Catholicism. Yeah, and I would consider those Christianity since approximately 2,000 years ago. A whole library of stuff and icons and paintings and all kinds of items that they think is very, very important and nobody gets to see them unless you have a special permission from the Vatican. Now, let's say I'm sitting on $100 billion judgment against the Roman Catholic Church. And I tell Francis, I said, you're not making as much money as you need to. You're not making as much money. Why don't we open branches of the Vatican Bank in all the nations of the world and invite those that are concerned about Christianity, yes, to look at all the Catholic items, yes, that you're keeping there in the Vatican, yes, so as to increase the want to deposit money in Vatican banks so that you could increase the profitability, yes, of your individual denomination. Now, there's a possibility that I could do a deal after the judgment, yes, where Francis agrees to do what I say in exchange for Catholics not paying me as much money.